Alright, Steve, so we're going to kind of run through real quick what you got going on here. So we'll start with the input, obviously on your volume pedal right there, and then I've already got the hole drilled out for when you plug in your Nordics over here on the side and drill those, but your power just plugs in beautifully, really clean right there. Over here on the side, you've got A1 and A2, that's amp 1 and amp 2 for your outputs, and then right here you've got a phase button, which for right now I've got it pushed in, and that means that the amps are where they're supposed to be. But sometimes, you know, running 2 amps, you'll get one sounding kind of wonky, and you'll flip that switch, and then it sounds like it's back to life again. So that comes in handy using both amps. And then you've got the power to the gig rig on this side right over here, and everything else is rocking and rolling. Yeah, so we'll go through a run through real quick of everything that's going on with it. Cool. Okay, now we'll just kind of run through what you got on your different switching options here. So I'm going to tune up real fast. I've got 2 amps going right now, so you can kind of hear the effect that the switcher has on the 2 amps. Basically, this red button right here is auxiliary. That's where you're going to want to be for any silent tuning. So anytime you need to jet out of this signal path, you just hit that red button right there. And your auxiliary right below it is a bypass, which takes you straight to both amps. So that's always a good, cool, way to get out of things really quick. So that way, if you had 4 things going on, all of a sudden you just bypass and you're clean again. So we'll go amp 1 here, which gives you kind of a, I've got this one dialed in a little darker, and again the volume's pretty low. Hudson's sitting here in the room as my cameraman. So yeah, so anyway, amp 1 clean, amp 2, which is a little brighter. The way you can hear now, you'll be able to hear amp 2, amp 1, both amps. I'm just playing through the telly on the neck pickup. And then we'll go amp 1 with the OCD on. I've got basically the level up a bit and the gain down, and you can already tell with the 18 volts it just has such a wide sound, even compared to just the amps running clean. Now we'll go to the Timmy. Timmy's cool. Love pedal. The OCD with both amps. So we'll go back to just the clean sound here with both amps. Run through the POG. So that's the POG. Tremolo sounds awesome as always. So that's your trim. Chorus pedal. Chorus pedal. We'll skip over and go to the DD5 next, which is your reverse sound. So obviously doing great. The Eventide. Is routed right now with the bottom of the tap tempo here. Max has a lot of cool repetitive things happening. Sorry, the camera slid down a little bit there. So you've got a lot of cool things. Now we'll go to the Verb, which I've got pretty heavy on the swell. Over here, pop, and you're all back to clean. Hit that auxiliary and you're back dead again. So everything is rocking. It's super quiet. Like you do get a little bit of pop, which is always with any true bypass. You know, but again, all the top settings just switch simultaneously. Bypass, clean it up, and then all of your bottom options are layerable. So, I hope that helps, and yeah, it's going to be good. This board's so quiet, it's going to be awesome. See ya. Cool. One more thing I forgot to show you here. Your wah pedal obviously just engages like normal. The things outside of the loop are basically these pedals right here. Tuner, compressor, which I ended up running the compressor before the boost. I know we'd gone back and forth about that, and it sounds pretty killer, and it seems to be the right, appropriate way. So we've got, you know, straight into the volume pedal, the wah pedal. You've got your boost pedal, which for the most part, you're probably not going to run super hot. You're probably going to be right below that light bulb. And it is normal to hear crackle when you turn the knob pretty loud. It's basically I think it's actually a vintage 60s knob off of like a console, and that's why it says crackle okay. But yeah, this guy, if you're ever playing backline amps, you may end up jacking it all the way up to 12 o'clock. You know, with your divided, I think you said that's what you have. You may even only run it at, you know, like 9 o'clock, which is about where I run it with my Rex. So somewhere, you know, right in here is probably going to be a sweet spot. Your compressor pedal engages outside the loop as well, and then your tuner also. And that tuner is pretty great, by the way. I've never actually seen one of those in person, but I love the display. It's super bright. So anyway, yeah, that's it. See ya.